two turnaround companies to buy in the Nigerian stock markets. So in this video, I'm going to show you two companies to buy. But here, I would most likely give preference to members of my community. So these are stocks that have huge upside potential in 2024 after an impressive Q1 results. Now, this video will show you the stocks I looking to buy, and stocks I already own, and then the ones I'm actually going to be sharing with members of my community, so they can take advantage of that premium peak because they pay to join the community. So I think they deserve to be treated or given that preferential treatment. But then I will continue to churn out value the way I've always done on this channel. So I hope you enjoyed the video. This is like a continuation of that video on how to make good money in Nigerian stock market. 3 ways to make good money in Nigerian stock market, like 3 types of stock you should own in your portfolio. If you are yet to watch that video, please go to the description and click the link on 3 types of Nigerian stock you should be trading. Because if you watch that video, you will appreciate this particular video. But if you're yet to watch it, yes, you will get value, but I think it's better for you to start from the beginning so you will know where we are right now on this video. Now, in that video, I talked about 3 types of Nigerian stocks and why you should own one or a mix of all these stocks in your trading portfolio. They are for trading, but you need to trade them in such a way that you know exactly what they represent so that it doesn't look like you're gambling. So that if you're buying a stock, you want to know with accuracy that, oh, this particular stock is a turnaround stock. Oh, this particular stock is a growth stock. Oh, this particular stock is an undervalued stock. You know, understanding this kind of stock would help to improve your level of confidence in the market and also help you exercise patience while holding them in the market. So here I'm going to talk about 2 turnaround stocks to buy. So I talked about on the value stocks that are trading below their fair value. I talked about growth stocks that are posting impressive growth numbers, especially on quarterly basis. I also talked about turnaround stocks that have been beaten down and are about to turn their fortune and then are looking to recover. So that's the stock I'm going to discuss right here. Now, disclaimer, information shared right here are for educational purposes and are based on my personal opinion. Kindly do your due diligence before taking trade or investment decisions. So let's quickly look at turnaround stock. Now, like I shared in that video, I said turnaround stocks are beating down stocks that are out of favor, stocks that have dropped massively in the last 5 years plus, but are now recovering with impressive quarterly or annual growth statistics. These are the kind of stocks you want to trade. These are the type of stock you should have in your portfolio. Besides, turnaround stocks have the potential of delivering 50 to 100%. Yes, they have the potential of delivering 50, 100, 200, even 500% or more in the market. That's why I love them very well, because there are signs. The signs of turnaround are so clear. You know, you can buy into undervalued stock. Because they are undervalued, you expect their price to rally to their fair value. But note, one thing about fair value is that fair value is largely subjective. You understand? You can't be accurate. Now, the question is, at what point will the stock catch up with its fair value? No one can say in the market. You can take a stock 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, even 10 years to catch up with its fair value. That's one thing about undervalued stock. Now, growth stocks are okay, they are growing fast, they are growing, but the one thing about growth stock is that most of them are actually trading above their fair value. A lot of growth stocks are overpriced. Why are they overpriced? Because of the future growth expectation. So investors are factoring the future growth expectation. Because of that, they don't mind paying premium on that stock. That's why they are overpriced. So because of the growth nature in that company, imagine a stock growing by 100%, 200%, and analysts are expecting that next year is going to deliver 200%. The price of the stock will start reflecting that 200% growth expectation. And at the end of the day, you see the stock rally high. Now, so one thing about growth stock again is that if they fail to meet expectation, they can crash. Do you understand? So that's one thing, but I love them very well. I love that growth number. Growth stocks are sure stocks because of the massive increase in quarterly sales, profit, and EPS. Now, turnaround stocks are stocks that have been beaten down and are recovering. Now, what I like about turnaround stock is that you are picking them from the bottom. Now, because of that, their downside risk is very low. Why? Because these ones have been going down for a long time. So even if they dip, it's not going to be massive. Why? Because they are actually undergoing restructuring. So they have found bottom. So if you can key in at the bottom of the market, if you can key in at the bottom, you have huge upside potential. That is why I can hold a turnaround stock for a long time. Why? Because they have found bottom. I bought them at the bottom. Yes, price may not move immediately, but I can tell you categorically that price will move as long as the quarterly financials are okay, and also they are benefiting from economic events. They are benefiting from macroeconomic events. I'll show you one turnaround stocks that I mentioned in 2022 on my YouTube channel. This is the turnaround stock. I posted this video in 2022. Look at the dates. 2 years ago. That's 2 years. 2 years ago. This one is, we are in 2024. 2 years ago, this is it here. Two top Nigerian stocks to buy right now for double-digit gain in 2022. Now, when I posted this video, I mentioned two stocks. Now, one of the stocks I mentioned, let me probably move this forward. I want to show you something on this company stock. I want to show you something on this particular video. All right, this is it here. This is the stock I mentioned. Look at it here, Eterna Hotel PLC. This was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I mentioned two top Nigerian stocks to buy right now for double-digit gain in 20. That was 2 years ago. Now, this is the stock, Eterna Hotel PLC. Eterna, and look at the period I posted that video. That was in 2022. That was 2022. Now, let's go to the chart of Ikeja's Hotel PLC. So let's look at the chart of Eterna Hotel PLC from 2022 when I posted that video. Now, look at the period. You can see the trend line I marked. This is the trend line I marked right here, which also corresponds with this line you're seeing right here. Now, look at what happened. Now, from 2022, you can see from here, look at how Eterna Hotel has moved. Now, look at the price when I posted this video. Eterna Hotel was selling for around 1.48, 1.49. I think, yes, 1.41. Yes, 1 naira 41 kobo 2 years ago. 1 naira 41 kobo 2 years ago. Now, what is the price of Eterna Hotel today? Eterna Hotel is selling for 7 naira. So let's look at the growth. 7 minus 1.41. That's 5.59. 5.59 divided by 1.41. That means anyone that keyed into Eterna Hotel when I posted this video and is still holding Eterna Hotel up to today would have generated 396% growth. That's 2 years. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. 396% growth between the time I posted that video and the current market price right now. And interestingly, Eterna Hotel is actually a turnaround stock. What makes Eterna Hotel a turnaround stock? Let me show you something obvious that I'm seeing on my charts right now. So I want to draw this particular chart to prove to you that this is actually a turnaround stock. Now, first, let me mark my major key level. For those that know me, you will know I don't joke with key level. Now, look at this key level on Eterna Hotel stock. You can see here, now this key level was tested in July 2021. You can see how it was tested here. In short, there was a major support between August 2016 to May 2018. You can see from August 2016 to May 2018, almost 1 year plus. Now, I want to draw my trend line. Now, one important technical indicator that will help you be able to check the movement of a turnaround stock is technical analysis. That's trend line, trend line. Now, look at how this stock had dropped from 5 naira in 2015. 5 naira in 2015, tested this region again in close to that region in August 2018, dumped again. Can you see this was around 3 naira? Now, tested the trend line 3 times again in July 2021. This is between 2015 to 2021. That's like that's like 6 years. Yes, that's like 6 years. That's like 6 years. The stock had been trading below this major trend line. Now, eventually, we saw a breakout. Now, while the stock is breaking out of trend line, I like my major entry point to be above this key level. You can see here, from here, look at how the stock had rallied so high. Now, this is an example of a turnaround stock. This stock was beaten down from a high of 5 naira down to a major low. Can you see? Even touched the major low of 83 kobo. That is what we call a turnaround stock. Stock that had been beaten down. Now, when this type of stock recover, it's always massive. You know, in my previous video, when I also talked about turnaround stock, I mentioned different stocks. I even talked about Julius Berger. I mentioned PZ. You should turnaround stock. If you can find this kind of stock, you can build wealth with them in the market because their price appreciation is going to be massive. What is the major reason their price always appreciates significantly? Because when they restructure or when they sell their loss-making units, you know, it tends to move this company from a bad position into a good position. And that's most likely would help the share price to rally immediately. And then when everybody's jumping on themselves because they want to take a share of this company, it tends to move the share price. This is Eterna Hotel. You can see this is a stock I posted in 2022, 2 years ago on my YouTube channel. You can go to this section. I'll post this link in the description so that you can click and go through to watch what I've shared here. There is none of my YouTube channel or YouTube videos, I mean, that is a waste. Even if the information is 2 years ago, you will find some of the things I share here useful. The same thing also happened on Transcorp. They have a video on Transcorp when Transcorp was selling for 90 kobo. 90 kobo to 1 naira. And I talked about Transcorp and how the Transcorp is a growth stock. And then Transcorp had moved from that. So turnaround stock doesn't necessarily need to give you your money the first year. As long as the factors that have made it a turnaround stock are there, it's just a matter of time. These stocks will go up. Now, let's go back to our slide. So here I've talked about what turnaround stocks are. Now, I want to show you something again. I just told you about Eterna Hotel that I picked in 2022. Now, I want to show you two turnaround stocks that made 200% and 100% return in 2023. So we're going to look at some of my recommendations. I'm going to show you two recommendations, two stocks I posted in 2023. I shared with members of my community as non-banking stocks to watch out for. And then one of them did over 200% and the other did 100% return in 2023. That's also another example of a turnaround stock. Let me show you the stock. First, this is my platform. This is Globefolio. When you log into Globefolio, you're able to access all my stock picks. So this is where I share all stock pick with members of my community. You can see right here, these are all the stocks I share. So if you come here as a member, you'll be able to access every pick. So when I update this platform, you'll be able to see all the stocks I am buying. After this video recording, I will most likely be updating this particular platform with a new stock today. Now, look at this particular stock that I want to share with you. Look at this. On the 7th of Saturday, yes, this is 7th. I think it's October 7th or thereabouts. Yes, let me look at the date. October 7th. Yes, this is it here. October 7th. This was last year in October. I mentioned two non-banking stocks that could jump 30 to 40%. In October 7th, I posted it on the platform. I said, there are two non-banking stocks you shouldn't joke with. And these stocks, they have upside potential of 30 to 40%. In short, they went ahead, they went beyond my projection, and they delivered 200% and even 100%. One of them is Julius Berger. You can see here, Julius Berger stock. Now, my entry point on Julius Berger then was around 30 to 31.5. Now let's look at Julius Berger stock right now. This is Julius Berger in October. October is within this period. Can you see here? You can see the price range. You can see how Julius Berger broke out of my key level and went from then 30 to reach a high of 70. This is almost 100% plus. This is Julius Berger clearly. You know, I'm trying to be very transparent with my analysis and my recommendation. I'm also trying to probe my own recommendation just to let you know that in this business of stock trading in the Nigerian stock market, you just need someone that will guide you. You need someone that will show you what to do. You don't have to gamble. People lost money before the market, when the market crashed, because they were trading without knowledge. They were trading as gambler. Right now, we have accurate information. There are people that will show you with knowledge, accuracy, what to do in the markets. When I want to pick a stock, let me tell you the truth, I don't even have an idea of the kind of stock. I don't start my analysis by picking random stocks. No, I first look at the economy as a whole. That's why I trade stock. I look at Nigerian economy as a whole. From then, I will try to understand what is happening in Nigerian economy. I will drill down to sectors that are benefiting from current events. And then I will then begin to look at stocks in that sector. That's how I pick stocks. So I don't just go to the market and say, oh, let me analyze FCMB today. Oh, FCMB delivered 20% growth last week. Let me quickly see if it's a buy. No, it's the life of a gambler. Now, such method might give you money, but I bet you when your stocks are crashing, you won't be able to accommodate. You wouldn't have the patience to hold on to that volatility because you didn't pick that stock in such a way that your downside risk is very low and upside is very high. This is Julius Berger. That's the first one. The second stock I mentioned then, Northern Nigerian Flour Mill, the same date. What was the price then? I recommended entry of 13.5 to 14. In short, after I recommended the stock, it still went down a little bit and I averaged down within that period. So let's look at Northern Nigerian Flour Mill at exactly October period. Look at it here. October, this is it right here. You can see what happened. The stock went from 13.14 to reach a high of 52. Just notice the big spike on Julius Berger and also notice the big spike on Northern Nigerian Flour Mill. They are also what we call a turnaround stock. First, it was beating down and now is recovering. Can you see here? First, it was beating down, now recovery. If you go to Julius Berger to confirm that, you will see the same thing play out right here. First, the stock was beating down. Can you see from a high of 68 down? And then what happened? We saw a recovery. That is the power of turnaround stock. That's the power of turnaround stock. When you pick a stock that has been beaten down and is staging recovery, you have a lot of upside potential in it. In short, if you want, there's a member of my community that said, I even want to build my portfolio around turnaround stock. I want to build a turnaround stock portfolio where I would have a collection of stocks that are turning around and then hold them for like 1 year or 2 years. Yes, you can do that. Yes, you can use that to beat inflation in the market. It's very possible. Nigerian stock is not difficult. It's just that you are the one that doesn't have the accurate knowledge. You're the one that is gambling in the markets. All this knowledge that I'm sharing with you right here, it's not difficult. It's very, very easy and seamless in the market. Now, which Nigerian stocks am I buying now for 12-month plus? Like I said, these recommendations, these recommendations are based on my research and analysis. So which Nigerian stocks am I buying now for 12 months plus? First stock, Unilever. You know, I have been mentioning this stock multiple times, and I keep mentioning and I keep talking about this stock. Let's first look at technical analysis of Unilever stock. In short, Unilever stock was one of the stocks I recommended in 2024. Unilever stock is a buy for 2024. When you go back to my video on stocks to buy in 2024, Unilever was actually mentioned as a stock to buy in 2024. Now, this stock has been dancing around. You know, every stock has a force cycle. The first one is the decline stage. Second one is the consolidation stage. The third one is advanced stage, and then you have the distribution. Now, this stock has declined. That's the turnaround we're looking for. We want to see that it's been beaten down since 2018 down. And then this stock has been going through consolidation stage. Now, while it's on consolidation, you can see how the stock has been dancing around 17 naira key level. It was tested here, tested here, tested here. Now we saw a breakout, but then it pulled back immediately. So this is to tell you how strong this particular key level is. And then if I drill down my charts to weekly time frame, you will notice, you can see here, formation of a higher low. Now, higher low, when you see a build-up towards a major key level, when you see, we call it a price build-up, that is a sign that breakout might be coming very, very soon. One of the major signs of a breakout is when there is a build-up towards the key level. But when the stock just rally to the key level and then breaks out, expect it to fall the way it is. Do you understand? So it's good for them. It's just like climbing. When you jump up, you will jump, you will fall. But when you climb a ladder, you will most likely stay up. So this is like a stock that is looking to climb the ladder. So I have to quickly draw a trend line to connect each low, first low, second low, third low. You can see how the stock is recovering right here. This is 11%. Now, what am I saying? If Unilever successfully continues to build up to this 17 and breaks out of this 17, we might see a huge run on Unilever stock. We might see a huge run on Unilever stock. And then my first major key level is 24. From 17 to 24 will give us an average of 41%. And then from 24, the next key level is 42. From 42, the next key level is 65. Now, am I saying Unilever will rise to 42, 65? No, I've not said so. But then I'm sure that with the build-up I'm seeing right now, this stock might be set for a long run, because I've mentioned this stock multiple times and it keeps building up. I've mentioned this stock multiple times. It keeps building up. It keeps showing up on my screener as a turnaround stock to watch out for. Now, how am I sure Unilever is okay? How am I sure Unilever is a stock that you should watch out for? Now, I would want us to quickly look at the Q1 number of Unilever. Unilever stock actually suffered in 2023. No thanks to Forex loss. Now, the company disposed of its personal care unit. And now it's obvious that management is looking to restructure, is looking to bring the stock back to life. Now, if you go to Google and you search Unilever, go to news, you will see 6 days ago, Unilever post 151% profit growth in 2023 as discontinued operation takes its toll. Q1 results highlights investors call. Okay, Unilever post 3.4 billion in first quarter. This is what I'm looking for. You can see a 3.4 billion in first quarter. And let's see, Unilever 3 months earnings surged to 10-year high. This is 3 years ago. 3 months earnings surged to 10-year high. Unilever record 1.17 billion FX gain. Now, look at the interesting thing. This is a company that was beaten down. This is a company that suffered on exchange rate evaluation in 2023. Now is reporting 1.17 billion on FX gain. Now, let's take our time. Let's slow down a little bit. I want us to look at the Q1 results of Unilever financials. So here I'm going to look at the Q1 result. Let's do a deep dive into Unilever financials. Now, this is Q1 2024. I want to see what the number is saying. Now, revenue went up. This is here. 3 months ended January to March 2024 against January to March 2023. So you can see from 20.4 billion to 32 billion. From 20.4 to 32 billion. That's a massive growth of an average of 60%. 60% growth in Q1. Now, cost of sale went up by almost 80%. You never need to watch this line item because it's going to be pressured by cost if it doesn't control this part. So, but then gross profit went up from 9.7 billion to 13 billion. 9.7 billion to 13 billion. So 9.7 to 13 should give us an average of almost 44%, 40% plus. Now, operating profit dipped from 4.6 down to 3.8, no thanks to increase in marketing and administrative expenses. One of the major problems that Unilever had to deal with is increasing costs. The company is being pressured by rising costs due to inflationary trend in Nigeria. So this is one area Unilever need to work on very, very well. Now, profit before tax from 4.4 down to 4.3. You can see right here, finance income from 4.6 down to finance income 236 million to 1.9 billion. Finance costs. Now, this is the line item that Unilever need to deal with right here. You can see from 396 million to 1.4. And then at the end of the day, net finance came out on positive territory from a loss in Q1 to a profit in Q1 2023 to a profit in Q1 2024. The major growth right here was driven by increase in finance income, maybe interest on deposit. You know, if you look at the interest rate environment right now in Nigeria, with the recent hike in interest rates, return on fixed income security like treasury bill, bond, fixed deposit will be a lot more higher. One of the things I noticed on a lot of companies' financial statements is that they're actually benefiting from the interest rate hike. So you see finance income or investment income rising compared to previous year results. Now, profit after tax from 2.6 to 3.6. Now, you can see in spite of the dip right here, you see something very striking right now. This company had been writing off its losses on discontinued operation. You know, the losses incurred had been written off. If you go to previous records, you always find loss from discontinued operation back to back. So it means that that loss had been completely swallowed. So that loss has been completely swallowed, which is why you're seeing it not showing up right here, which is the major reason why profit for the period went up from 2.6 to 3.3. So it means that Unilever is no longer exposed to its loss-making units. That's the personal healthcare unit that was disposed of. This company is no longer writing any loss on that unit again. That's why you see loss from discontinued operation at new figure. Now, earnings per share from 0.49 up to 0.58. Now, overall, I would say this result is not bad. It's okay, very fine. Why? Because at least as long as the company is still recording increase in sales, you know, when a company is going through temporary issues or going through setbacks or going through challenges, one of the things I watch out for is the revenue. As long as this challenge does not affect the revenue of that company, I am okay. Every other thing can be controlled. But if a company is losing big time and you see revenue going down by 20-30%, that's a major problem. So this for me, it's okay. Now, if I go to note 7 to see the breakdown of this revenue, at the end of the day, let's go to note 7 to see some of the factors that might have been responsible for that uptick in sales. So you can see the products, you can see it right here, food, personal care, well-being, and then you see most of the line items that are contributed to that sales. This is 3 months. So you can see right here, these are so this is profit position of each of the units. So you can see revenue. So I wish we could see a breakdown of this particular revenue. But then two things might be responsible for increase in sales. Number one could be price adjustment. If a company adjusts its price in line with rising costs or volume growth. But if a company is doing both, then it's a positive sign. But if a company is not able to increase output, but always increasing price, that's not good because there is an extent to which you can increase price. But if you can increase price and add more volume to the market, then, and volume most likely is driven by how the company is able to effectively appeal its target market through adverts or branding, marketing. So those are the things that drives volume growth. So it's not enough to drive sale by increasing price. You also need to push more volume into the market. And if customers or consumers love your product, then they should be to buy more. You don't have to force it down their throat. And in driving those volume, then he has to employ the right mix of advert. So that's some of my opinion, or that's some of the things I think might have been responsible for this growth in sales. Now, this is the breakdown of Unilever Financial. So overall, it's not bad, just like I shared right here. But then I am watching this particular chart pattern right now because with the formation of higher low right here and then a build up towards this major key level, a breakout from this key level will most likely take Unilever higher. So I want you to know this fact very well. This is a perfect example of what I call a turnaround stock. Stock that has been beaten down is now going through restructuring, and then you can see what is happening in Unilever. Now, once this company is able to settle and is beginning to report better profit, maybe in Q2 number, if Unilever now reports good results across board from sales, profit, cash flow, EPS, I'm sure the price will most likely rally because investors will now begin to accumulate more of the company's shares due to positive sentiments around that company's results. That is my own feedback. That's my personal opinion on Unilever. Now, the second stock I have, this is an anonymous stock. This is an anonymous stock, and it's a fresh research that I just concluded. And one of the things I owe members of my community is to always give them access to premium pick. So this is an anonymous stock. And this anonymous stock has up to 60% upside potential from where it is selling right now to my next target. So I'm going to show you the chart of this company's stock. Here is the chart of this company's stock right now. This is a chart of this company's stock right here. Look at this, is a beaten down stock. This stock was beaten down massively. You can see here, this stock was beaten down. Now, the same thing, the same chart pattern we saw on Eterna Hotel, the same chart pattern we saw on Eterna stock, a stock that has been beaten down from a high down to a low. And then you can see how this stock has tested this trend line. First one, second one, third one, and then finally we saw a breakout of that trend line. Now, from breaking out of trend line, this stock also broke out of a major key level. Look at it here. This stock broke out of a major key level. Having broken out from a major key level, I am so certain that the next ride is going to be this major line. The distance between where the stock is right now and the next key level is up to 60% upside potential. And one interesting thing about this stock is that it just released its Q1 results, and the sales number went up by 100%, profit number went up by 90%, EPS went up by 90%. And this growth was largely driven by volume, price adjustments, and exchange rates. If you look at exchange rate recently, it's starting to pick up, and then we don't know if CBN has enough supply to be able to bring the dollar down like it did in the last 3 to 4 months. But from what I see right now, this is a Q1 result. This is the first quarter result. Now imagine sales going up by almost 100%, driven by price adjustments and volume. And then profit is doing 90%, and EPS is up by 90%. What is the name of this company's stock? When you subscribe to Glowfolio, this is the next stock I am going to update on Glowfolio platform right now. So if you want to get access to this course, this stock, quickly subscribe to Glowfolio so that when I post this update, because I'm going to post it max 30 minutes from the time I publish this video. So if you want to take advantage of this stock right now, you can quickly subscribe to Glowfolio so that when I post it here, you will see the full analysis, and then you will see the name of the company I mentioned right here. This is a solid stock. The chart right now is a perfect setup for me, from a stock that's been beaten down to a stock that's gone through consolidation and right now is moving into an advanced stage. And when it starts moving to an advanced stage, the major trends is what? Up. The only direction the stock is going is up. Anytime you see a pullback, you most likely take advantage of it. And then look at the financials. This is Q1 results, 100% growth in sales, 90%. This is the type of analysis I carry out in my community, and then I share with members, and I teach them how to exercise patience when they buy into this type of stock. Now, learn to analyze stock for trading and investing. You can go to coachoge.com. This is my own video course platform where you will learn everything you need to know about stock trading, stock investing, stock analysis, and then you can also join our community on Glowfolio. When you join our community on Glowfolio, you're able to access that. Glowfolio is very simple. Just go to Glowfolio. Just search this. You can even go to Google and type Glowfolio and then open it, sign up. When you sign up, you can subscribe. When you subscribe, you can as well wait to see the stock I am going to post today. Now, when you sign up, also make sure you join our community. We have a mobile app. If you're using Android, we have a Glowfolio app. In case you don't know, our Glowfolio app is on Android store. This is it right here. Glowfolio app is on Android store. So you can as well go to the Android store to download the app. When you download the Glowfolio app, you'll also be able to join our conversation. I'll also talk about it in the chat room right on Glowfolio app. So I hope you got value from this video. If this is the first time you're watching my channel, kindly subscribe, kindly hit the notification bell so that when I release more stocks recommendation, when I release more videos, you will be among the first to get access to my good stocks.